What is up, guys, and welcome back to another brand new movie review where, as you can tell by the title, I'm reviewing uh Doctor Who again. I love this movie, and time to find out why. The plot of this movie is about the Doctor being tasked to take his rival's remains back to his home planet, as the Master was offered up as a sacrifice to the Daleks to hopefully stop a time war from happening between the Daleks and the Time Lords. But the Master had other plans, as he escapes and forces the TARDIS to land the night before New Year's Eve 1999. And when the seventh incarnation of the Doctor steps out, he gets shot and brought to a hospital, where he dies on the operation table, which then triggers the Doctor to regenerate into his eighth incarnation, played by Paul McGann. While this is happening, the Master steals a new host body and sets out to steal the Doctor's remaining regenerations and to kill the Doctor with the help of a companion of his own, Shang Li. The Master opens the Eye of Harmony to steal the Doctor's lives and thus puts Earth and everything else in danger. Paul McGann done an amazing job as the Doctor. And if you've seen modern Doctor Who, you can kind of tell that he fits in perfectly with those Doctors, but also has a hint of classic Who, tying it in with those Doctors. Eric Roberts played a good version of the Master. He definitely felt like a good incarnation of the Master as a go-between the classic era of the evil, scheming Masters versus the modern batshit insane Masters of modern Who. Daphne Ashbrook played Grace stupendously, and I honestly wish that she was a companion, like a permanent companion, not just the one-off that she is for this movie. I haven't listened to Big Finish, so I don't know if she does appear in any Big Finish audio. Unfortunately, Yi Ji So, I'm probably butchering that, and I do apologize. His character just wasn't really there that much. It felt like he didn't really have much to do, as well as his turn on the Master after learning the truth didn't feel earned, and he was just as quickly killed off afterwards. But then, of course, as it is with Modern Who, people just can't stay dead in Doctor Who. It's kind of like Supernatural in that regard. Doctor Who the movie was in development hell for 7 years, as when the show got cancelled in 1989, there were people trying to bring it back on air, but for an American audience. But at the time, the BBC execs wanted it to stay off air for a lot longer, as the show had only just been cancelled. And during those 7 years, Philip Seagal was working in many different American production companies to try and get it off the ground. One of those production companies was actually owned by Steven Spielberg, and Spielberg actually had somewhat of an interest in it. But then, of course, as scripts came to him, started to feel a bit Indiana Jonesy to him, he stepped away from the project. But eventually, Philip Seagal did get the project off the ground. While trying to make the movie happen, Leonard Nimoy was almost a part of this project, but when they explained what he would be doing, he turned it down. While trying to cast the Doctor, there are many names thrown around. Two that stuck out to me was Tim Curry and Billy Connolly. Now that would be interesting to see Billy Connolly as the Doctor. The Doctor Who movie had the quickest post-production, with them wrapping filming in February 1996 and having it being released a few months later in America. While looking at the Blu-ray extras, the Blu-ray includes the 2013 Night of the Doctor short that was filmed for the show's 50th anniversary to finally show the 8th Doctor's regeneration into the War Doctor. Doctor Who the movie was released on May 12th, 1996 on American TV broadcasters, and then 2 weeks later in the UK, and had a budget of roughly 5 million USD. With American audiences not getting on board, it did do well, but not well enough to spawn a new series. But with the UK audience, it was a big hit. But still, the show then lay dormant until the 2005 revival. I love this movie, and I love watching it every time I put it on. I saw this movie as a kid, and I fell in love with it, with the title music, the TARDIS interior, and Paul McGann as the 8th Doctor. And to this day, he is one of my top 5 Doctors, which that's a video for another day. Now that I watch it as an adult, I can see the flaws with this movie, such as if the Doctor had all of his stuff stolen, how does he have a bag of jelly babies? But despite that, I still love this movie, and would definitely say it's in my top 10 favorite movies of all time, though that is a list that is changing every day. But this movie will always hold a special place in my heart. And there you guys go. That is my review of Doctor Who, the movie from 1996. And I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this movie down in the comments below. And I will see you all next week for another brand new movie review.
Attention! Notre voyage commence!